Welcome back. My name is Amanda Willis. For those of you who do not know me, I empower families to wellness authentically through biblically rooted principles. And today we're going to talk about symptoms. And no, we're not talking about anything with diagnosing, treating, or curing or preventing. So we are actually going to talk about what are symptoms and why they're not actually an enemy, and we need to listen to them. Let's dive in. All right, so I know this is kind of a funny topic maybe to many of you, but it's one that I'm really passionate about making sure people understand, because in the American culture especially, this may be more worldwide, I'm not sure, but we have a tendency to view symptoms as a disease, or to view symptoms as the enemy, as something we need to get rid of right away. And symptoms are not always pleasant, and they are something we frequently would like to get rid of. However, they're actually a really huge blessing. And so, I'm gonna be really cheesy right now. If you have a bottle of gratitude, I want you to grab your bottle of gratitude and oil up real quickly. So take a drop or two, drop them in your hands, rub them around, breathe in really deeply, and then I like to take whatever oil's extra and rub it on the back of my neck and or my wrist. So gratitude. Why did I have you do that? Because I want you to anchor this. Oils are so great in that they can help you really anchor emotions and anchor feelings and connect things because of the way that they interact with your limbic system. I am going to be doing a video on emotions and oils here from a biblical perspective very soon. So if you are not yet subscribed to my channel, be sure you subscribe and click the bell to get notified. If you are on YouTube, on Rumble, just make sure you subscribe. And I think you have to click yes to allow notifications, if I remember correctly. I'm still learning that platform, but we will be diving into that. But if you have gratitude, go ahead and breathe it in. I should have just put it in the diffuser, but I actually kind of really like the up close aromatherapy and then getting it on my body too. And that's just to really anchor and to help you to think every time you have a symptom pop up, to come back and think, how can I be grateful for this? How can I thank God for this? And not just like, oh, hey, let's say, oh, I have a headache. Let me thank God for my headache and move on. Like, that's not what I'm saying at all. Please don't misunderstand me. Obviously, you would like to get rid of the headache. What I'm saying is symptoms are an amazing signal to us. It's our body saying something is not right. Either it needs more of something or it needs less of something, okay? So, or something's not in balance. And it's signaling us saying, hey, this is going on. This is such a gift. It's something that God created our bodies to do to help us long before we ever had any sort of medical equipment that could measure, you couldn't have your blood drawn and go get labs. You couldn't be hooked up to some heart rate monitor or anything like that, right? Blood pressure machine. You couldn't check your blood pressure. You couldn't do all of these different things. However, our bodies, He created them so phenomenally that these symptoms frequently that we want to kill and get rid of and just be like, oh good, I got rid of the headache, are actually telling us something else is going on. And so instead of ignoring what else is going on in your body, instead of being like, oh, I just want to deal with the symptom, if you take the time to find the root cause, and sometimes that may take just asking God, what is the root cause? What could this be? Sometimes it might take some research. If you actually think about what the root cause of that might be, then you're able to better take care of the symptom, one, and two, actually get to the root cause and to deal with and prevent like other things that might be related later, right? Like the symptoms frequently are almost like, think about your car when you're driving your car and you have that little indicator light that pops up on your dashboard, right? And so it tells you like check engine light. Essentially your symptoms are that check engine light. like, it's time to check your engine. It's time to check what's going on inside of your body because something is not right. A headache could be so many different things. It could be dehydration. It's not just, oh, your headache is not telling you, I need an Advil, I need a Tylenol, I need a Motrin, I need, whatever. Or even, I need peppermint oil. Now, it might be telling you, I need peppermint oil because there's a lot of inflammation, and the peppermint oil may help because it helps to promote a healthy inflammation cascade. That could be helpful. That could be. But the signal is not, hey, I'm lacking a pharmaceutical, right? It's always there's something else going on. And so it could be a hormonal thing. Check where you're at in your cycle. Is your estrogen coming up or is it tanking? Maybe your estrogen completely tanked and you need to support your hormonal levels a little bit. Maybe it's that you didn't get enough sleep. Maybe you slept funny and something's actually pinching a nerve, and so maybe you need a chiropractic visit. There's all different things that could be causing that headache, and instead of just going, ooh, headache pill, or ooh, I have head tension, let me find an oil that might help with the tension, if we can instead go, ooh, I have a headache, let me stop and think about how the rest of my body feels. What might it be telling me? And even just thinking through how your body feels can be really, really helpful. But then, of course, asking the creator who created you, hey, Lord, I have a headache right now. And maybe you can't think very clearly because you've got a really strong headache, but God, can you help me understand what this is trying to tell me? What is my body trying to tell me with this headache? How can I support that? And he may lead you right to something that you need. You've heard me mention before, especially skin. Skin is an indicator of what's going on the inside of your body. And so it may be telling you, hey, I'm having digestive issues, or hey, my hormones need help. There's all different things that could be going on and could be related, but it's all related. And so we almost need a mindset shift in our culture of really learning or really seeing our bodies as God created them as a whole thing. Body, soul, and spirit, right? The 3 pillars of health that we talk about here, and that they're all connected. Maybe it's stress that you need to deal with. Maybe it's fear. And maybe you're having anxiety because you haven't fully surrendered something to the Lord, or you're not believing what he's already, you're not believing his promise that he's giving you, or there's so many things that could be underlying, but learning how they all connect together is going to help you to get to the root cause so that you don't just have those nagging little symptoms that pop up. I used to have headaches all the time. And I thought 1 to 2 headaches a week was not only normal, but that was good, that was few headaches. I remember when I first started seeing a certain chiropractor years ago, and he had asked me, how many headaches do you have a week? And I'm like, oh, just 1 to 2. And he was like, that's too many. It's like, what? Because it was so common that you hear people talk about their headache. And I know I keep going back to headaches. There's so many other symptoms. That's just such a common one that you hear, and it's common, it's not normal. And we've got to separate those two things too. Where things are common and a lot of people deal with them doesn't mean it's normal and how your body's supposed to be responding. Now, again, the symptom is good because you want that. It's responding. It's showing you, hey, something's off. You got to deal with it. But if we don't deal with it, it could be, if you're dealing with head tension a lot, that it's time to ditch the synthetic air fresheners, scented candles, etc. Those give me a headache more than anything. And now when I have headaches, it's usually, most of the time, either it's the first day of my period, and I usually have one for a couple hours, and then it gets good, and we take care of it. But it's usually just on the first day of my period I have a little one. Or it's because I've been around synthetic chemicals somewhere and lots of fragrances, artificial fragrances. Those, like a plug-in, not only triggers a headache for me, it triggers like increased heart rate and a feeling of anxiousness. I will be standing in the middle of someone's home and all of a sudden be like, there's got to be a plug-in here, because I know how my body responds now. And so if you're using plugins, if you're using those things, please try and dig into some of the other videos that I've done on those and look at if it's an artificial fragrance or it's a synthetic chemical or something that's causing that. Remember how I said it's only one of two things: either your body doesn't have enough of something, like water, or maybe oxygen in certain areas. Especially here in Colorado, maybe your headache is because it's your altitude and you forgot to drink more water to help your body adjust to the altitude. Or two, it has too much of something, and that too much of something could be chemicals that aren't carbon-based and your body doesn't know how to process them, and they weren't intended for you to breathe in, to put on your body, or to put around your body. So this is your quick health tip of the day: how to pay attention to your symptoms. See them as a blessing. Yes, I'm breathing in my hands again because there's still gratitude on here. I can still smell it. Remember that everything is a gift from the Lord. Everything. He gives good gifts to his children. Remember to give thanks in all things. All things. And the symptoms, give thanks that God has given us that check engine light to remind us, hey, what's going on? Maybe I was moving too fast and I need to slow down and think about what's going on with my body. Maybe I need to get a little more sleep. Those kind of things. Until next time, take care, friends. See you soon.